Hey y'all, it's Victoria. I am back. Long time no see. This month I'm celebrating my 2-year anniversary as a full-time reseller. If you're following me over on Instagram at the Super Geeked, you've seen meetups with some big resellers. You've seen that I have chosen to do some unboxings I've never done. Lots of exciting things have been happening. And of course, there's going to be video footage for YouTube. So I have a thrifting trip and haul coming out with Brittany from Shop Foxborough, who flew down to Mississippi and hung out with me. I also have an epic resellers weekend with 2 of my favorite resellers, Bob from Bob Buys and Jesse from Gorgeous, who flew down from Missouri and Virginia to hang out with myself and Alicia from Murray Life. That will be a 3-part video series of all the thrifting and adventures that we had while they were in town. I have a ThredUp unboxing. It's a comparison of 2 boxes I have never gotten before. I have another Jomar box to unbox for y'all to see if maybe there was some sort of turnaround with my experience with Jomar. But today we're going to talk about what sold in the month of June. I made over $5,000 in sales, and I want to share with you the items that sold for $40 and above so that when you're outsourcing for your resale business or your side hustle, you know the brands that are selling for other resellers. It's what I look for in other YouTubers' what sold videos, and it's what I like to share with you. So if that sounds like something you might be interested in, be sure to stick around. All right, y'all, so lots of fun stuff coming up. As you can tell, I am super geeked about my sales in the month of June, and also super geeked about all of the fun that I'm having in celebration of my 2-year anniversary as a reseller. If you are not already subscribed to this YouTube channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. You're not going to want to miss out the videos that are coming up soon. It's going to be lots of fun. So let's get right into my sales. This month, I'm going to start with Poshmark. If you've been around for a bit, you know Poshmark is my #1 platform. It is where I make the majority of my sales. I also sell on eBay, Mercari, and Etsy. But at this point in time, the majority of my sales are coming from Poshmark. So let's talk about the numbers for the month of June. I made over $5,000 in sales. My average cost of goods on those items was $5.39 for each item. And my average sale price was $48.57, which is great because I definitely want to be over that $40 mark. So that is a wonderful average sale price. I'm really happy with it. After all the fees, cost of goods, shipping, I brought home $2,708.17. So that went in my pocket. First sale I want to talk about is an item that I got in a DIY designer box from ThredUp. It was this Longchamp La Pliage bag. It was red, really cute. It was one of the large size totes. I have a video here on YouTube where you can send Longchamp bags back to the Longchamp factory and they will repair the corner holes that Longchamp bags are notorious for getting in the nylon. This was one of those repair bags. It sold for $50 on Poshmark. And after cost of goods and fees, I made $27.14 on this bag. Next item was a retail arbitrage item. These were some rag and bone black crop jeans. I bought these at Marshall's quite a while ago. They were new with tags. Sometimes you can get things at Marshall's that don't have the tags still on them. These did still have the original rag and bone tags. So they sold for $55, and after cost of goods and fees, my take home on these jeans was $29.33. These boots were a brand that I have never sourced before. I knew what it was. It's Nicole Richie's brand, House of Harlow, 1960. And these were called the Ben Suede Booties. They had these cool diamond studs on them and they sold for $55. My cost of goods were $6.95. And after Poshmark took their fees of $11, I made $37.05 on these boots. Next up in over $40 sales was this Maeve dress. I had actually picked up this 100% silk Maeve dress in New Orleans when Alicia from Murray Life and I had gone over on a thrifting trip. If you're new to my channel, we do a lot of out-of-town thrifting to find better brands than we can find in our area. And New Orleans is one of those hot spots that we like to go. So I picked up this dress. I sold it for $40. My cost of goods were $5.50. Poshmark took $8 of that. And so I made $26.50, and it did sell very quickly, I think within a week and a half. Next up was a dress that I had purchased liquidation for $1.31 and instantly fell in love with it. I really liked it. It was a stunning dress, beautiful quality. It had flamingos on it. It was a ModCloth collective collaboration dress called the Jazzy Flamingo, and I didn't end up wearing it, even though the dress was stunning. It was really heavy, and I just had never gotten around to wearing it, so I decided I was going to go ahead and list it and give somebody else an opportunity to have this beautiful dress. I sold it for $120. Again, I only paid $1.31 for it. So after Poshmark fees, I took home $94.69 on this dress. A jean brand that I don't pick up that often, but will pick up if it's in certain styles, is Liverpool. So I sold these Liverpool jeans for $44. I had thrifted them, and after cost of goods, fees, and there was a shipping discount, because I had sent out offers, I made $28.48 on these jeans. Next up, over $40 sale was sold to an old friend of mine. She's a friend of the family, Ashley. She bought this dress for me. I always get tickled when people that I haven't seen a long time or are old friends purchase from me. It means the world to me that people want to support me like this. So she bought this Cheddaby sailboat dress. It was a Nordstrom dress. She paid $44 for it. And after my cost of goods, fees, and I did give her a shipping discount of $1.50, I made $30.06 on this dress. So thank you very much, Ashley. Next up was another ModCloth piece. If you're new to my channel, I sell a lot of ModCloth. I'm very much into vintage and vintage inspired, even with my own aesthetic. So this was a ModCloth dress I thought about keeping for myself, but ended up listing. I paid $12 for it. It sold for $100. And after Poshmark fees and $1.50 shipping discount, I made $66.50 on this ModCloth dress. Next up was a Free People dress that I thrifted. It was this pretty olive lace dress. I picked it up when I was out thrifting with my girl Rachel, who you will sometimes see on the Super Geeked channel. It sold for $45. I only paid $4.15 for it. And after Poshmark fees and a shipping discount, I made $30.35. And this dress too sold fairly quickly. Now this item I bought at the beginning of quarantine, days before lockdown happened. My mother and I went up to the local mall. She wanted to grab a couple things and buy me a couple pieces, and I saw these Free People jeans. I did pay up for them. I did not know how long the world would be closed, so I did pick up some retail arbitrage items and paid up. This item in particular sat for a little bit longer than I would have liked and didn't sell for as high as I would have liked. They sold for $43. I paid $20.58 for these. So after fees and a shipping discount, I only made $12.32 on these jeans. But at least it was a profit and I didn't lose money. Probably would not pick them up again for that price point. But again, the world was about to go into lockdown and I didn't know how long it would be before I could get inventory. So I did purchase those. So we all make mistakes, right? Next up was another DIY designer item. It was these Chloe scallop flats. This is one of their staple pieces for Chloe, their little leather scalloped flats. They're called the Lauren Ballet Flat. This one sold for $100. My cost of goods were $17.14 from that ThredUp box. And after Poshmark fees of $20, I made $62.86 on these shoes. Next, I have a Stop Staring dress. It's a pinup brand. I actually got this in the ThredUp 100-pound bulk box I opened with my girl Alicia. This was one of the pieces I was really excited about. I knew it would sit for a little bit, as do some of my other vintage inspired ModCloth. Those types of brands sometimes need the right buyer, but this dress sold for $87. My cost of goods on this was $4.62. After Poshmark fees and a shipping discount, I made $63.48 on this Stop Staring dress. Okay, next over $40 sale were these Lucky brand jeans. They were the Ava Crop skinny jeans, and they were purchased for $45. My cost of goods were $6.51 from a thrift store. And after fees and a shipping discount, I made $27.99 on these jeans. Another DIY designer box piece were the Avant-Garde designer Dries Van Noten. They were these really soft green leather strappy sandals with a metal heel, very cool. They sold for $100, and after cost of goods and fees, I made $67.14. I knew that these also would take the right buyer. They sat for a little bit, but they were very interesting shoes, so I didn't mind, having them sit for a bit. Okay, next up was a piece that sold very quickly. This was a vintage oxblood red leather jacket from the 80s. My husband modeled it, as you can see in the pictures. It sold for $52. I actually didn't pay anything for this. This item was donated to me. And after fees and a shipping discount, I made $40.10 on that jacket, and it sold pretty quick. Another ModCloth dress that I purchased liquidation. This sold for $50. I had paid $2.14 for the dress, and after Poshmark fees, I made $37.86. Some of these dresses do sit for a while, but I know that going into it, and I am willing to sit on them to at least get that $40 or $50 price point. I have to give Alicia credit for this. She found this Bowden dress for me when we were in New Orleans. I did pay up for it. It was one of the items at our favorite thrift store that they do mark up. But I do an average cost of goods per shopping trip. So it ended up being $5.50 after I took into account all the other items I purchased that day. But it is an Bowden Ponte knit dress. It's called the Emily. It was red and pink. Very cute, very soft. It sold for $45, and after cost of goods and fees, I made $30.50, and it sold within days of me listing it. Next up was a brand that I had not sourced before, but was in Baton Rouge bringing my grandparents to a doctor's appointment, and I dropped in a thrift store while they were in the hospital, and I found this really adorable Alice and Olivia dress on a new rack that they had just rolled out as I was going to check out. Don't forget to check those new racks, because I got a ton of designer dresses on that rack. But this was one of them, and this Alice and Olivia dress sold for $100. I paid $6.74 for it at the thrift store. Poshmark took $20 in fees, and I made $73.26 on this dress that I would have otherwise missed had they not rolled out that new rack as I was going to check out. Another big sale that sold super fast that even surprised me were these Michael Kors calf-haired leopard booties. They had a huge stiletto heel on them. I found them on a recent thrift trip in New Orleans with Alicia. Even she was surprised when I told her the comps were around $85. I mean, most Michael Kors do not sell for that, but for some reason the shoe is a hit. So if you see it, get it. I paid $8.04. It sold for $85, just like the comp said it would. And after $17 in Poshmark fees, I made $59.96 on these booties that sold super fast. Next, we have another ModCloth. This was a collab with Voodoo Vixen, another brand. It was a green peacock feather dress, really pretty. I bought it liquidation, so it was new with tags. It cost me $2.14. It sold for $55, and after Poshmark fees, I made $41.86 on that Voodoo Vixen dress. Here's another ModCloth. This one had balloons all over it, and I actually own this dress myself. It's in my personal wardrobe. I, again, bought it liquidation, so I paid just a couple dollars for it, and it sold for $60. I did give a shipping discount, and after Poshmark fees, I took home a cool $44.36 on this precious little ModCloth dress. This was a men's find. I had been hoarding my men's finds for quite some time, and I finally listed them all and made a video to show you what kind of men's stuff I like to list. This was a vintage Christian Dior navy blue blazer with the cool little crested buttons. I sold it for $75. I had only paid $1.79 at the Goodwill outlet for this blazer. And so after Poshmark took their fees, I made $58.21. Not too bad for a men's find. And to think that was sitting in my death pile forever. Okay, another retail arbitrage item that I would not pick up now. Usually if I'm doing retail arbitrage, I look for those items that are new with tags. If I'm going to pay up for an item, I want them to be new with tags, not new without tags. This was a new without tags item. It was cut from the cloth. They were these cool tuxedo looking pants, but still they sat for almost 2 years. Literally, it was a while. They did end up selling for $40, so I'm very thankful for that sale. I had paid $8 for them. And then after fees and shipping, I took home $22.50. Again, I don't think I would pick these up again, even at the thrift store. They just sat way too long for my liking. Back to another ModCloth piece. I've sold lots of this dress in different colors. And I had a bunch in this violet color. This was a size 16 and it sold on the lower end of what some of them have sold for me. This was $75, but I was still fine with it. I had paid $15 and the Poshmark fees were $15. So I took home $45 on this lace ModCloth dress. And it is by the brand Chi Chi London, by the way, and was new with tags. All right, next over $40 sales, probably no surprise. I love good American jeans. I wear them myself. I love to pick them up, try to manifest them every time I go in the thrift store because they sell so fast and for such a good price point. So these sold for $60, which is a little lower only because there was puckering on them. So I was fine with that price point. I had paid $8.04 at a thrift store in New Orleans. And after fees, I made $39.96 on these good American good waist skinny jeans. All right, another Ben's find. These were some Birkenstocks. I really think my friend Tanya over at Double T's Treasures gave me these. They were the Birkenstocks line called Birkies, and they sold for $68. I had only paid a couple dollars at the bins. And then after Poshmark fees, I made $51.45. So thank you, Tanya, for passing these Birkenstocks over to me. Next over $40 sale was this ASOS dress. It was in this pretty chartreuse color and a really sexy silhouette. It sold for $40. I had paid $4.33 at the thrift store for this dress. And after fees and a shipping discount, I took home $26.17. The next sale were some UGG boots that needed a little bit of love, but I am not opposed to doing that if I know I can get a good amount of money for them. These did sell for $50. I had paid $5.40 for them, and after a little bit of love, some Poshmark fees, and a shipping discount, I took home $34.60 on these cute little UGG leather boots. Y'all, I loved these pants. I found them in New Orleans on one of mine and Alicia's first trips. They were Anthropologie Dolan. I thought they were so pretty. They had the accordion folding all over them, and they were color blocked. They were called the Steffi pant, but it definitely took the right buyer to get these. I don't know why. They were so cute. One of my favorite pieces I think I've picked up. So they sold for $45, and after cost of goods and fees, I made $25.58 on these pants. If you saw my Voyage as a Verb unboxing, I was able to pick up a Voyage as a Verb mystery box from Kristen. Her and her husband have a resale business that is now, I think, part-time for them. They have a website called Twice Our Cost where they sell things for twice their cost. But these were mystery boxes of items that she had not been able to sell, and they were amazing pieces. So one of them, this brand I wasn't sure about or how it would do because I've never sourced it or tried to sell it, but it was new with tags. It was in philanthropy or noun philanthropy. I'm not sure. But it was called the Ollie Twistback Sweater. And like I said, it was new with tags. Well, it sold for $85, y'all, and my cost of goods were $9.90. And after Poshmark took their $17 in fees, I made $58.10 on the sweater. So totally happy because I think I paid like $85, $90 for the whole box. And she sent some amazing designer pieces to me. So I'm really excited to see what the other items sell for. The next item was sold in a bundle, but I do break down the cost. And so one of these items did sell for over $40. It was a Vince Camuto sequin dress. It sold for $75 and had been given to me by a neighbor during quarantine, so I paid $0 for it. Poshmark took $13.25 in fees. That was the half of the bundle. And I made $61.75 on an item that was just given to me. Another ModCloth piece, I was concerned about selling this because I could not find any stock photos of it, but it was Liza Lux and it was new with tags. It was a floral ruffle dress and it wasn't like a novelty print or anything really out there like ModCloth sometimes carries. It was just a basic floral. So I knew it would be a harder sell, but it did end up selling for $45 and I had only paid $1.31 for it at liquidation. So Poshmark took $9 and I took home $34.69 on this dress. I do occasionally sometimes still pick up Sam Edelman because certain styles you can get a good sale price for. These were the Sam Edelman Tillies. They were really pretty black heels. They appeared to have never been worn and they were in a denim color. I sold them for $60 and I had only paid $5.18 for them. So after fees and a shipping discount, I took home $41.32. All right, and my last Poshmark sale over $40 was a vintage piece. You know I like to pick up vintage. It was a 1970s butterfly print with a butterfly collar, house dress, super cute, and it sold for $52. I had paid $3.49 at a thrift store for it. And after Poshmark fees and a shipping discount, because I had sent out an offer to my likers, I made $36.61 on that vintage dress. All right, moving on to eBay sales. On eBay, I sold a Sundays in Brooklyn Anthropologie skirt. It was kind of an older style, but it had been given to me to sell on consignment for my cousin's friend who passed away. I am giving a percentage to the family after I make sales of the items that were her clothing that my cousin donated to me. So cost of goods were $0 on this and it sold for $48.50. After fees and the shipping on this item, I took home $37.94. Another brand that I enjoy buying and selling, I have a great sell-through rate with this brand, is Eliza J. I paid $6.01 for this dress at the thrift store and it sold for $48.25. So after eBay fees and the shipping, I made $28.05 on this Eliza J dress. Another DIY designer piece were these cool men's Jimmy Choo Ray slides. They were in a navy color and in excellent condition. They sold for $132.25 on eBay. My cost of goods were $17.14 in that thread-up designer box. And after eBay fees and shipping, I took home $89.57. Another donation from my cousin for her friend's family was this Tiganello Super Soft Black mini backpack. I really liked this backpack. I kind of wish I could keep it for myself. It sold for $48.80 on eBay. Of course, there were no cost of goods. And then after eBay fees and shipping, I made $36.78 on that backpack. Do y'all remember these cool Beta brand pants? They were in the women's section, but they were actually men's and they had angry cat print on them. So the cat was just peeking through, or Grumpy Cat. I guess his name's Grumpy Cat. But anyway, he's peeking through on the pockets on the front and in the back. Very cool. They were I guess they were a very popular style because I had people trying to buy them on Poshmark and eBay instantly as soon as I listed them. But they ended up selling for $49.90 on eBay. I had paid $5.50 at a thrift store in New Orleans. And after eBay fees and shipping, I took home $28.14. Moving on, here is another thrifted item. I got this one in Mobile, Alabama, another place we travel to source. It was a theory dress and it was blocked, but blocked in different fabrics. It was leather, suede, and calf hair. And it sold for $89.10. I had paid $6.89 for it, and after fees and shipping, I took home $61.46 on this Theory dress. I don't always pick up Trina Turk, but these shorts were super cute. They were tweed and they were a bright green chartreuse color. They sold for $48.25 on eBay, and I purchased them at a thrift store for $5 and change. After fees and shipping, I took home $32.46 on these Trina Turk shorts. All right, same shopping trip that I got that Alice and Olivia dress that sold for $100. I picked up this Millie dress with a jewel neckline. It too was on that new rack as I was going to check out. So I picked it up and it sold for $48.25. My cost of goods on that shopping trip was $6.74. And after eBay took their fees and shipping was taken out, I took home $30.98 on that Millie dress. I'll have to say most of my sales on eBay in June were over $40. And that was the case with this St. John dress. It was a vintage St. John Santana knit sweater dress, but it did have these cool, they weren't really rhinestones. They were like some kind of non-sewn on beading. Very cute. It sold for $109.10. My cost of goods were $5.18. And after fees and shipping, I made $80.02. Another thrifted item I picked up in Mobile were these Tory Burch espadrille sandals. I was able to sell them for $72.50 on eBay, and they only cost me $6.59, so definitely a good sale. After eBay fees and shipping, I took home $51.11. They were really cute in a pale pink and something I totally would have worn myself, but definitely not my size. Another brand I enjoy selling is Bowden, and this Bowden dress sold fairly quickly for $64.80 on eBay. I had paid only $5.23 for it at a thrift store. And it was just a Ponte knit weekend. It was called the Weekend polka dot dress. So it's not anything fancy, but Bowden sells really well for me. After eBay took their fees and shipping was taken out, I made $47.43 on this Bowden dress. And last eBay sale over $40 were some Alexander McQueen wool men's pants. I got these again in the same DIY designer boxes I got the Jimmy Choo slides. So my cost of goods were $17.14, but they sold for $73.80. And I had questions of people looking for these after my buyer purchased them. And unfortunately, I had already sold them. But eBay fees were taken out and the shipping, and I took home $41.42 on those Alexander McQueen men's joggers. Last up were my Mercari sales over $40 for the month of June. I have talked about y'all picking up this brand if you find it in that Tencel fabric. It's cloth and stone. This was 100% Tencel tie hem top, button front. I had paid $7.01 for it at the thrift store, and it sold for $40. After Mercari fees and shipping, because I do free shipping on Mercari, I made $23.15 and it sold within 24 hours. Next up was a vintage 1980s Tadashi Shoji dress. I had picked it up for $6.01 at the thrift store, and it sold for $50 on Mercari. After Mercari fees and shipping, I took home $29.43, and it was a really cool dress. It did have some discoloration on the taffeta, but the buyer was actually going to take it and try to repair it and save the dress, which made my heart so happy. And that's also why I sold it to her for only $50, because she had planned to try to save the dress. And I just love that. Okay, next item are these Prana Haley pants. They're convertible pants that can be unzipped and made into shorts, or some of them can be rolled into shorts. These were the roll tab ones. They no longer make the Haley pants, so they're very sought after. So if you find these hiking outdoors pants at the thrift store, I would definitely recommend picking them up. I paid $5.19 for these at the thrift store, and they sold for $50. So after Mercari fees and deduction of the shipping, I made $32.64, and they too sold within 24 hours of me listing. This next item was given to me. It was a Free People oversized tunic top called Indigo Dreams. It was very, very oversized, and I did include that in the listing. It sold for $50. My cost of goods were $0 because it was given to me. And after Mercari fees and shipping, I took home $37.98 on this top. I will say that the buyer opened a case for me on Mercari, my first ever case. And Mercari sided with the buyer for some reason. Now, it was new with tags, which I listed as new with tags. I put in the description that it was even more oversized than a normal Free People top, and I included the measurements. So the buyer had the size, the measurements, and the notification that it was extremely oversized, but she still was not happy because it was so big. And Mercari did side with her and allowed her for a return. However, the customer never returned it, so I still got paid on the top anyway. But that was my first experience with Mercari returns. Not really sure that I agree with their choice to allow the buyer to return it, but in any case, I still got paid, so it's fine. And last up on Mercari, this was an item given to me by a neighbor during quarantine. It was a vintage 1990s polo Ralph Lauren top, and it was a rafting top, apparently super rare and highly sought after. It sort of had this patching on the front, and it sold for $70 on Mercari. I had lots of offers on Poshmark and on eBay also, but this customer won out paying full price of $75, zero cost of goods for me since it was donated. And after Mercari fees and deduction of the shipping, I took home $55.40 on this Ralph Lauren polo shirt. So that was my top sales in June, over $40. I hope you enjoyed this video and got some information out of it, and maybe it'll help you when you're outsourcing for your resale business or side hustle. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel on the way out. I'm going to have so many exciting videos coming out in the next several weeks. There are so many I still have to record. I hope that you'll want to stick around. Be sure to like this video on the way out, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.